why Muslims fight together for Palestine and then they're dividing fighting between themselves, caste and Islamic, whatever. Because the entire concept of Palestine is a very specific, important thing, because if you look at the map, you see that all the area of Middle East or North Africa is already occupied by Islam. I made this video talking about, like, I wanted to talk about Passover, but I guess we're going geopolitical again. Love that. Anyway, the entire area of Middle East is Muslim Arabs. Now, people who are not Arabs, in the 7th century, the Arab people occupied Middle East and North Africa, and then they made every person, for example, in Morocco, the Azeris and all those, every person who's not Arab is a second-class citizen, and they're all forced to become Muslim. Muslim, most of the time, there are very small places like Malaysia and stuff, things that were people who decided to become Islamic State, but like from a peaceful thing, more like a trade thing. But Middle East and North Africa was occupied by Islam. Israel is the only place who rebuilt itself and decolonized this from the radical Islam. Every sector who were completely, if you're going to say someone who's Sunni or Shia, there's different section in Islam. I would be more than happy to elaborate on a different stream. If you're gonna, both of those people are joining forces because at the end of the day, there is a threat on Islam because there's someone who chose to leave the land, chose to live in the land, not in the same way they want them to live. Someone chose to not be Muslim. Someone chose to be who they really are. Someone chose to go back to where they came from and rebuild the land, even though the Muslim empire, and this is why it's really weird for me that people do not understand. This is why sometimes I'm scared that like the world think that only white people can occupy, but Arab Muslim people occupied Middle East and North Africa, and their empire is still going on. Even though it's not just Arabs right now, because back in the day, like when Rome was an empire, when Greece was an empire, it wasn't just people from Rome and people from Greece. They forced other people to work for them. Like take a different, the UK, the British Empire, when they fought in Israel, in modern day Israel, in the land of Israel, they created a special unit of people from Bahrat when they occupied Bahrat, and they brought them as soldiers. So those are not British soldiers. Those are people from Bahrat, Bahratian people who were forced to be part and fought for the right of the greater empire, which is something that we as people always need to remember. With all due respect, right now we have a very big problem, a very big empire in the Middle East that is trying to force everyone to be what they want. And of course, in every empire, people fighting among each other, like in every place. In every family, you have like family fights and stuff. It's okay. But everyone are joining right now, and everyone are talking about Palestine because there is a problem in the Muslim world that someone chose to fight the empire and fight back and freed their country. This is why people always talk about Palestine.